Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Francisco. So I want to just, I'm just right here in my bedroom.
So I'm just right here in my bedroom, and I was thinking about a it's it's an invention that has a pocket knife, um, so it's a pocket knife that connects to a a handgun. Okay, so any type of handgun. Um, I don't know if this will even work. Oh, there's actually one right here. Um, so the way I kind of envisioned this was actually an actual pocket knife like this that will get welded like on the gun. Um, because I was watching um this one movie just yesterday. It's called Silent Night, and it's rated R. Definitely rated R. It says action thriller. Um, it says a grieving father enacts his long-awaited revenge against a ruthless gang on Christmas Eve. Now, this movie is so weird because this man in the movie loses his son due to a drive-by shooting, and then um, somehow um, he 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 goes out and he breaks into a man's house, and you guys have to watch the movie, okay, to understand, um, to like get more of an illustration of what I'm talking about. But anyways, so this I think this was like the first crime he committed. Okay, so he goes takes one of the well, besides him premeditating all of their deaths. Okay, it says it right there. Um, it says enacts. he enacts his long-awaited revenge against the ruthless gang on Christmas Eve. And it says right here, on Christmas Eve, a man witnesses the death of his young son when the boy gets caught in crossfire between warring gangs. Recovering from a wound that cost him his voice, he soon embarks on a bloody and grueling quest to punish those responsible. Now, so yeah, like he goes into this man's house, um, and he, I'm assuming he doesn't know who's in the house. A lot of people, they want to, um, like get even, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But this guy is blinded himself. And obviously he doesn't even get it himself. Okay, so he goes into this man's house, not even probably even taking into consideration that there might be children in the house. The man's children. Because he just wanted to go in there and, kill the guy for his own son dying, So he wanted revenge. So he goes in there, and then he abducts him and takes him to his garage. But I was thinking, what if there was a family member there, and how that would impact them? So obviously this man wasn't thinking about all that. He was so blinded by anger and frustration and revenge. Anyways, he ends up killing the guy, right? And then he goes and he's bloodthirsty. He wants to kill other men. And then somehow he's like in his car, inside his vehicle, and then he like pins two guys to the wall, and he shoots one of them, and the other one gets on top of the ceiling of the roof of the car roof. Yeah, on the top, the roof of the vehicle. And somehow he disarms the guy on top of the roof. And he uses his own weapon, the man's own weapon that's on the top. And he shoots him. But not until he was driving around doing donuts and causing a scene. And what if there was innocent children walking by? What if he were to lose control of the vehicle and accidentally kill children? Like something that happened to him. like an accident. Um, because yeah, you know, these guys um, killed his son accidentally because they were like it says here, warring gangs. Okay, it says on Christmas Eve, a man witnesses the death of his young son, when the boy gets caught in crossfire between warring gangs. So these game bangers are like shooting at each other as they're driving around, and no one knows. It never reveals the motives of why they were shooting at each other. Maybe they were in the right. Maybe they were trying to take someone out who did something unforgivable. Okay? Which makes sense. But either way, both parties, both gangs were in the wrong for shooting at each other. Like in public roads, public streets, around people, innocent people, people who are not even aware of that type of lifestyle. You know? So it doesn't make sense to me. Um, why they would do that? Um, like when someone wants to get rid of someone, they do it professionally, quietly, under the radar. Not to raise a concern, not around children, and they never miss. Okay, that's another thing. The guy starts shooting at these guys in a building, and they're shooting at each other, and they don't know where the bullets are going. Their intended target is moving around, and they don't know if there's children behind those walls. So again, it doesn't make sense why there's so much ignorance and stupidity, and why these type of movies are even out there for us to view. I don't understand why these type of movies are exposed to us, citizens of the United States of America. It just doesn't make sense. So, ignorance, stuff like this should just be taken down. It shouldn't even be allowed in the movie theaters. What are you guys gonna watch then? Something educational. How about that? It's like mothers and fathers who are trying to raise their children the right way, and they're like, "Oh, I don't allow my son or my daughter to watch things that are not educational." It's the same thing for us, for everyone. Not to be. It's important for us not to watch stuff like this. You know, if someone has been through, through a bad experience and they watch this movie, guess what they're going to think? They're going to look at this man like a fucking hero. And I don't even think this man was a police officer. But I'm not sure because my brother and I, we went into the movie theaters a little bit late. By the time we went in there, this man had already been injured. Okay. Um, so that was part of the movie, him getting injured, and it says it right there. Um, uh, Something about um, his voice. Oh yeah, recovering from a wound that cost him his voice. Okay, right there. Right there. Okay, so I remember my brother was telling me that this man was going to get like injured. Um, so like we go into the movie theater, and when we go in there, this man was already coming out in a wheelchair, and the person pushing the wheelchair was his wife. Okay, so like um it just doesn't, like they say, um two wrongs doesn't make a right. you know it just, there's got to be a better solution, a better way, a more realistic way, a way that won't jeopardize anyone's freedom. And this movie is painting a different picture, a completely different picture. It's basically allowing people, it's basically like letting people know, like, hey, if you've been wronged, it's okay to go get revenge. Because they make this guy look like a fucking hero in the movie. Okay, and it's a rated R movie, okay? So like, but see, what they don't show, what they don't talk about is that a person like this will get life in prison. He'll be considered a serial killer. Um, and he will be in a psych ward. With all types of serial killers. And he'll, like anyone who does this type of thing, will put themselves in possible further danger. You guys will put yourselves in a position that you people do not want to be in. And these movies are not sharing this information. So that's where I'm pretty much torn apart. Especially for the greater good of humanity. Okay, especially with today's technology, with smart cameras, GPS tracking, the whole 9 yards. And my brother even mentioned it. He brought it up after the movie. He was like, in real life, he was like, this guy would have been stopped a long time ago. And it is true. This man would have been stopped right away. No doubt about it. You know? But, anyways, um, so I was watching, like, I don't know if it was this movie, but, like, I remember someone said that a gun is useless once it runs out of bullets. Okay, especially in the heat of the moment. I was thinking that a knife on a gun would be good, especially for like CHP officers or police officers. Um, you guys are out there. Uh, um, you know, protecting people, doing your job, and then all of a sudden you run out of bullets. Um, so like that's when I was thinking this knife idea would be good to flip open, just like it is here. Flip it open and use the weapon as a handle. Like an extension and a grip and leverage. Um, to protect yourselves. Because I think even in this movie, the Silent Night movie, um, I think one of the characters uses up all their bullets, and then they eventually get rid of the weapon, or they try to use it like a rock. They try to use it like a weapon, but obviously without bullets. So like they try to hit someone with over the head with it or whatever. But with this idea, people won't just throw their weapon away. They'll use the knife. So I just think that all the guns in the world should have pocket knives, or like this knife idea, welded on their weapons. Okay, so it's a simple design. You just get a gun. You just get like a pocket knife, weld it on there, and you guys will be able to flip it out. And most knives, they have like this safety switch. Um, so like the knife won't accidentally close. So like that would be good. Um, so it has to have like a good one. One that's not going to, uh, like close on you people. Okay. Um, so finding a good knife that won't get in the way, that will do the job, that won't be like way too bulky, just right. And it could be modified. Right here we have this side of the blade, I'm sorry, of the knife, of the handle. Then in the center we have the actual blade, and on the other side of the handle we have this other side. So we can actually eliminate one side of the handle because it could be against the actual weapon. That, or you guys can study some of these modified um, you know guns or whatever with the knife installed on a weapon. Now I don't know if these right here, it says 8-inch tactical spring assisted handgun pistol folding pocket knife with holster case. I don't know if this knife is like detachable and attachable. Or if it's actually like if it actually stays on the actual weapon at all times. It says 8-inch tactical spring assisted handgun pistol folding knife pocket knife. Oh, it says pocket knife with holster case. So I don't know if this is just like I said, an attachment. But look at, once you guys, I think once this comes out or whatever. Also, I see it's down here. It looks like the firing is like divided. I don't even think this is a real weapon. That wouldn't be good. Yeah, the way I envisioned it was completely different. I envisioned it like an actual pocket knife on the side of the, you know, the thing that slides, the slider. So you guys will still be able to use the weapon and still be able to use the knife. And I don't think that, like if you guys have the knife out, I don't think the bullet will interfere with the knife. I don't know if the force of the bullet would like blow the knife away into your faces or whatever the case may be. But I'm assuming it won't interfere, but it's a possibility. So, I think this can be saved like as a last resort type of idea. Um, for those of you who want something like this, especially for those of you like, in the military, or if you're a police officer, and you want that extra, like protection, extra self-defense type of measures, that extra measure of defending yourself in an emergency event. And I know, like in World War II, hand pistols with knife. Let's see if I can, pull this up for all of you to see. Oh, and I remember that it was an actual attachment to the gun. And the movie Band of Brothers, they're the ones who used it. Okay, but here we have a weapon, a gun, with possibly a knife that doesn't fold, but I could be wrong. Okay. But anyways, this type of idea. And I mean, if this is a real weapon, which it looks like it is, and this is the magazine right here, this is the chamber, and the knife is right here, right below the firing chamber, then my theory is correct, that this idea will work. The bullet will come out without interfering with the knife or blowing it away or whatever. Okay? So yeah, this was just an idea for this knife on a pistol. And I think it can be easily modified for each and every single handgun in existence. Okay? It's that simple. There's nothing complicated about this idea. Um, Again, this idea is for self-defense. Um, on a weapon, and it can be designed where it can still be attached in a holster. It's just a matter of modifying the holster as well. Um, and whatever else you people can think of, it could work. For any type of weapon. Okay. It's just going to require a little bit of thinking, and maybe we can come up with a universal knife for all the weapons. If you guys can do that, you guys can make a lot of money. Okay, just look at it that way. Not even getting into the modification of the holster. And I think in the state of California, how long can a knife blade be in California legally? I think it's 3 inches. It says in the state of California there is no maximum length for knives in general. However, the maximum length for legal length for switchblade knife is 2 inches. Additionally, it is illegal to carry daggers or darts concealed, and also illegal to carry many types of knives which are designed for concealment. Okay, so there you guys have it. You know, so it's illegal to carry daggers or dirks concealed, and also illegal to carry many types of knives which are designed for concealment. Oh, like the belt idea. I remember there's a belt knife. I think a lot of you have heard of those. Belt with hidden knife. Yeah, this type of idea here. So it's illegal to have stuff like that, apparently. And also illegal to carry many types of knives which are designed for concealment. So that one is designed for concealment. It says, however, the maximum legal length for a switchblade knife is 2 inches. So let's look at what a switchblade looks like. Switchblade. blade. Switchblade. Switch. Kind of like witch. It is. Well, actually, the word witch is in there. Witch. Switch blade. That's a good way to remember how to spell this. Anyways, let's see here. So yeah, technically it's what I'm describing. You know, the switchblade on a knife. I mean, on a weapon. So it says, however, the maximum length, legal length for a switchblade knife is 2 inches. It says there is no maximum length for knives in general. But if you guys have a switchblade, it is 2 inches. Okay? But I'm assuming if you guys are, in law enforcement, you guys will be able to carry. Let me see. I'm assuming. If you guys have it on the left side, if you guys are right-handed, it will get in the way because you're gonna have your finger. Like on the bottom section that doesn't move, right? Unless you're getting ready to shoot and operate the weapon. And then you guys can use your left hand to flip open the switchblade, the knife. And then you guys will be able to use that, like in a close, close, like a very close combat, self-defense type of situation, especially if you ran out of bullets. But maybe you guys won't find this to be a very good idea. But anyways, I don't really care if it's a good idea or not. I just wanted to point it out to all of you. Okay, I'm actually going to keep this image. Save image as. Okay, save it. So I'm actually going to use this image as my cover photo for this video on YouTube because it's straightforward. It describes what I'm talking about and referring to. And usually when I come up with an idea like this, I talk about it right away. But I put this off for like a week or two already. And I just there's been a few times just watching movies and stuff like that where it made me recall this information. Okay, this about this knife idea. Um, and I know that stuff like this has already been thought of and stuff like that, but I think it doesn't really matter. I think it's still like an idea and one that can be sold. Okay, especially if it's done the right way. You know, like something that is almost seamless, like it's there, but it transitions into the gun. It wraps around the weapon where it's not, where it's like hardly visible, where it's not even noticeable. You know, that's when people would most likely want to purchase this type of weapon. Um, Now, if you guys can sell it to, you know, those in law enforcement, that would be great. Um, because now, you know, they'll be able to use that as you know, it can be used for a lot of things. Now, if you guys make it where maybe if you guys do something, you know, the blade could come off, like come be detached. That would also be a great idea. And I'm thinking, like automatically, I'm thinking the handle, um, kind of like that belt idea. Belt, hidden knife. So like having some type of hidden knife, like on the handle. Like this, something like this one right here. This one right here actually goes on the palm, and then it comes out the fist, and then these little loops here will loop around the fingers. Okay, like that. And then the knife will be like this. So when you guys are fighting or whatever, you guys will be able to use this as a little knife for self defense. So imagine that as well. I just thought about that right now. So, having that in here somewhere, this can actually have um like a hidden compartment with hinges right here. Very like concealed hinges, and these little things won't even be revealed. I think they look ugly, by the way. These little these little what are they called? Like screws. Anyway, so like you guys will be able to use this type of idea for like a box cutter. Kind of like a razor blade. Okay, you guys will be able to um, open up a razor blade box cutter. So like you guys will be able to use it like a multi tool type of idea. Kind of like this pocket knife. It's not a pocket knife. This is a like a box cutter, and it has a bunch of other stuff with it, along with it. So something along those lines. Okay. Let me see. A gun. If it's in the holster, it's in the holster. The grip. The grip thing is actually revealed and exposed. So if you guys can actually push a button or something like that and cause that thing to come out, maybe like a dual buttons, or dual button functionality, where you guys will click on two buttons simultaneously, which will permit that to come out. Kind of like the magazine, it has one button. But for the handle, and a handle's pretty big. It's the size of your wrist, your hand. So that's how long you guys can actually have that knife. You pop that out, you put it in your wrist. That thing's going to be pretty big. Okay. Kind of like this. So if you guys are police officers, we know that this is on your hip. Your belt. This knife idea can actually be like connected to the gun. like I said, where it can become like detachable. Um, Theoretically, um, so that your weapon can become a multi-purpose, type of weapon or tool. Okay, so like, say you get a package from Amazon, package from Amazon, opening box with razor blade. Okay, so something innocent like this. Okay, so you get a package, and and it'll be good because you'll be putting practice in. You'll be getting your practice in. You have your box cutter right there. You're constantly reaching for it, using it. Okay, and then you're popping it back in the weapon. Um, so in the event of an emergency, it'll you won't even think twice. You'll know that's there. Okay, something along those lines. Um, in case you guys can't, for whatever reason, use the knife that will be on the side of the weapon, and it won't obstruct with the scope thing. What is it called? Gun aimer pointer feature. So it won't obstruct with with the aiming um the aiming thing. Okay. um so you guys will still be able to aim your weapon and shoot without the pocket knife or the side gun knife, without that interfering. Okay. Now, if you guys can somehow, maybe this thing, I don't know, like maybe you guys can like come up with a way for that to get detached. That's what I was thinking. That way, you guys can actually use it as a knife. Like a self defense alternative. Especially if you're not carrying a knife around, but you do have your handgun at your disposal. So, you know, getting knowledgeable people, educated people, um, and thinking of every single possible solution and perfecting this technology, um, to help, uh, you know, um, the good people, to help the good people out. Not the bad people, the good people. So this idea can be illegal for street use and for personal use. However, this idea could be legalized for law enforcement. Okay, now a lot of people might say that's a great idea and everything, but what's preventing people from having a handgun and having a knife, right? Um, and there's laws. Obviously, nothing is preventing them from having two types of weapons: a handgun, or any type of handgun, or rifle, or whatever, and a pocket knife, and whatever other self defensive um, inventions they might have on them, like on their person. Um, but this is just another like design, and it could be a whole new gun, or a whole new attachment to existing guns. Like I said, this idea can be adopted. It can become like a universal type of attachment with different blade lengths. See, like this one, I think this is what is considered a stubbed nose type of handgun right here, with a very short nozzle, chamber. I'm sorry. But look at the size of the handle. Okay, so especially for this one, the bullets are over here in the revolver. They're not inside, like where the magazine goes for these type of weapons. So right here, it could actually have a secret um, like ejecting uh, self defense type of pocket knife, but inside the actual handle. Especially for this one. Because obviously, imagine a little knife right here, it just wouldn't work. But over here, it can work. I mean, if you guys look at this right here, the knife can be where it could actually be in here, and then I could turn this way. So, and then the same handle can be used to use the knife, even if the weapon is pointing up. The handle can still be used as a weapon, you know, and it can be used as leverage. So there's different ways to look at it. Okay. So yeah, pretty much that covered this video. So if any of you have any ideas or possible implementations, or anything, any type of feedback, whether you guys think this idea will work or not, anything pro or con, write it in the description section for future generations to interact with, possibly in the future. And also for law enforcement, police officers, and like SWAT, like the military, anyone that is out there, like in the field, and if they're left all alone, and they have to do some 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 silent type of stuff. They're more like surrounded by the enemy, and so therefore they have to do things quietly. That's when the knife idea will come in handy. Unless they want to get loud, then they can use their weapon. But if they can take out a few bad guys with a knife, that'll be great. Without having to use ammo. The same can be true if you're in law enforcement and you happen to run into one of these guns, these weapons, and all the ammo is gone, but that there is a knife attached to these weapons, then that's when you, as a police officer or in the military or whatever, like a trained protector of the laws and enforcer of the laws and protector of the people, will step into the scene. And if you don't, even if you don't have a weapon, okay, so you're unarmed, we're assuming that you're unarmed, and there's a weapon on the ground that belonged to a police officer or something like that, there's no ammunition inside the weapon, but you're able to retrieve that pocket knife. You know that knife from the weapon, because they're still over there shooting at each other, or whatever the case may be. Or you need to defend yourself. So that's when, you know, this type of idea would be great. Let's also say, that you are camping out with a wildfire, and you're a soldier. Okay, so you're camping out. You have a weapon, and you're eating your dinner. Out in the wild, and you have that knife with you because it's on your weapon. So it can actually be used as a survival tool as well. So it could have a like a dual function. Um, Firefighters, or maybe you're like airplane. You're an airplane survival survivor. Let's say you're an airplane survivor, emergency airplane survivor. Uh, Emergency airplane survivor, as a police officer. Okay, so you might not have a knife on you, but let's assume you have your weapon on you. That's when this type of idea would also help out. Okay. Yeah, this is a better picture here. You have the bonfire, you have your cookware, you're cooking up some fish or some tuna or whatever, some game that you caught, and you're not used to carrying a knife around. So yeah, that's when all of this stuff would come in handy. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to my YouTube videos that I've been watching, and I'll talk to all of you later in future videos. And the great thing about this is that even if California doesn't approve of this, the state of California, or even the United States of America, there's still other countries. So I do consider this as a poor man patent. Um, it's still my idea. And if anyone out there could somehow, provide me with a royalty for these ideas, that would be great. Okay, even on Facebook, I have a page dedicated to inventions. It's called Invent or Don't Invent. So don't be afraid to go check that out. And as a matter of fact, if you guys click on photos then albums, you guys will see a bunch of my ideas. And then in a more organized fashion manner. But yeah, I'm just hoping that eventually one of my ideas will hit home. Like a home run. It's just a matter of time. Everyone has their days. Everyone has their day. We don't live forever. Sometimes there's days when we don't depend on people, but then shit hits the fan, and then all of a sudden we start depending on people we never thought we can depend on. So with that being said, you know, like it's like people who write music or people who write books. Like because I was watching a movie like that. The professors would say, keep on publishing, keep on publishing. Continue, don't give up, don't give up. Keep on doing it, keep on doing it. That's your job. That's their job, to publish, to publish, to publish constantly. Whether or not they get publicity or recognition or famous, you know, but that's how people get recognized and exposure. They create exposure that way, and yeah, I already said exposure. You know, so eventually people start recognizing them as an author. So in the same way, that's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just kind of like a rapper, dropping albums left to right. Like a music artist. It doesn't matter if I'm talking about, you know, the itsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Or any other song. In today's time and age, that song is well known and popular and recognized by a lot of people. So that's a quick example. Eventually, out of all the hundreds of boring songs someone creates, it just takes one out of all of them. When people, like it, they start listening to it, they start talking about it. It's that simple. And there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. It's like a fucking virus. So, yeah, I'm just like a star out there in the world, in the universe, that's waiting to be ignited. So I could be like, look at me now, bitches. Look at me now. That type of thing. Um, but anyways, it's it's getting late. I'm dragging this video out way too long. And although um people have thought about some of these concepts, I think I made some very good viable ones, like good plausible ones. Some good pointers, some good concepts. An integration of possibly all of them, if anything. So, a little bit of love my way wouldn't hurt anyone. You guys are pissing and then burning money, throwing money away. So, throwing some my way wouldn't hurt the world. It would actually benefit it. If you guys have no legal terms, um, no legal, like no legal ways of helping me out. Well, through all these inventions, you guys can help me out legally. And speaking professionally, like in business terms, because at the end of the day, it's just nothing but business. It has nothing to do with, your guys' countries or whatever else is going on in the world. At the end of the day, it's all about money. So, if you can possess the money, own the money, take ownership of the money, if you believe this type of idea, this idea can benefit you, and you want to run with it, and at the same time you want to bless me for helping you out, because maybe you went to a bank and you talked to all kinds of advisors, investors, investor advisors, or whatever the case might be, people who help you people to invest money, but they fucked you over. They fucked you all over. Even though they went to school and they received a fucking diploma and, fucking certificates and shit like that. But at the end of the day, they don't really give a fuck about you. Um, and you know, at the end of the day, you don't want you don't want to go crazy. You don't want to die all alone, knowing that you could have helped someone along the way. Because trust me, there's going to be a day if you decide to run with these ideas or any of my ideas where you will start to feel empty inside. You will feel like a nobody, like I do, like I feel right now. You will feel that you wasted your life and your potential. And if you don't want to live like that, you know, you gotta help people out. That's that is the only way most people get satisfaction, true satisfaction out of this whole life is by helping others. That's why I do the things that I do. Um, so if any of you out there are feeling that type of way, you know why. And trust me, you do not want to learn the hard way. It just will eat you up inside like cancer. And by that time, things will be out of your control. That's why I wear this too. This RR roll the Rolls Royce logo. I don't even know how to spell Royce. Um, there it is. Because I'm fast. I'm too fast. Too fucking fast. And you know, this is a fast growing world. And you know, traffic will never be as few in numbers as it is now, as it will be in the future. And every day that comes and goes, it gets amplified, it gets multiplied, it adds to that equation. It doesn't, there is no deduction. Okay? So, if you guys want to talk mathematically, you know, like a genius would, um, then yeah, you know, I'm headed towards victory. I'm not getting deterred by it. I'm not getting forced out of it or manipulated out of it. Okay? Like, I'm bound to thrive and to be a blessing more and more every single day that passes by. Because I am appreciative, I am truthfully deep down respectful and caring. But no one should have the right to take advantage of my kindness or anyone's kindness for that matter. I mean, how the fuck would that look like? For everyone in the world to just team up on me or on any of you just because they want to doesn't work that way. And maybe you haven't learned that. Maybe you haven't learned that. Maybe you're in the process of learning that. Maybe you still think that everyone has your back and you still think that people care about you. You know, but if you're past that, you know, this is your opportunity. Because after all, we are dealing with AI technology. And AI technology knows the time and date that I recorded this. It knows so many other factors. So a lot of people would say, you know what, fuck this guy. I'm going to go off on my own. And I like his ideas, his concepts, but I don't want to include him. He's a horrible actor. He doesn't shave. He never even handled more than $1 million in his whole fucking life. And he never graduated. He never got his fucking GED. He's a loser. He's been to prison. He's an ex-felon. Who wants to do business with him? And you are the type of person I'm talking about and referring to. You know, but there's still hope, though. There's still hope for people like you to come to terms with my terms. You know, if you want real hope and inspiration, you know, it's not about burning bridges. It's about helping to create them. So anyways, yeah, I just wanted to release this energy out to the atmosphere. For you 8 billion people in the world to interact with. In every aspect of the matter. And since I have never interacted with $1 million, and you people think it's a joke, and you people think it's a lot of money for an ignorant imbecile like myself, I just want you people to know, how smart I am. And I want all of you to know that nothing is impossible. Even if everyone else in the world wants to fuck you over, it's not impossible to overcome that. That's called bullying and harassment. And possibly even abuse. I can actually see myself with way more than that, obviously. And there's nothing anyone in the world can ever do anything about that um, negatively. Not even if the United States of America came against me, they would not prosper, they would not prevail, they would not win. You people were born and meant to lose. As I, on the other hand, was meant to thrive and survive. And since you people in the United States of America can't see my potential, and you people have never blessed me, it actually was to my benefit in the long run, because it taught me to love everyone, every country, all people, not just American people, like some of you were led to believe. I used to think that way as well, until my own people fucked me over. So there is no more love. There is no more, picking sides and shit. I am beyond all of you. I'm like with the ISS, that type of caliber of knowledge and wisdom, mutual respect. But you guys can't fuck everyone over, especially now with today's technology. What's gonna happen when 10 years down the line we all hear, oh, ever since Francisco dropped this video, we've had 50 private companies and so many employees, and this amount of money, X amount of money, was generated in the results of this invention, these concepts, these ideas. How stupid will you people look then? So, but I am beyond that as well. I'm not a greedy person. I want you people to be blessed. I want you people to have what other people don't want to give you guys. It's all about growth. It's all about, innovation and evolution, especially with our inventions. And that's what I'm talking about here. So that this is not like I said, this is not like my only idea. Okay, like you guys can see how hungry I am. I'm very fucking hungry. And I never thought I had the capability of biting others like an animal, but I guess I am. I guess I am capable of that. Just like any of you are as well. But let's please not try to display those aggressive ways at whatever cost. By all means, let's not do that to ourselves as a human race. It's all about love and respect and sharing. Sharing is caring. Let's not be like ignorant or like unknowing, not ignorant, but like unknowing children, untrained children when they're barely born and they're fighting over a toy. You know, let's not fight over a house. Let's not fight over a car or cars. There's plenty of resources on the planet for everyone. Especially for me, because I am the one. I'm important. It's all about me. I come first. Not you people and then me. It's just like, how you people would say the other way around. You people would say me first and then everyone. We all think the same. We all want the same shit. So please, just protect yourselves. Protect your assets. That's why people get insurance. House insurance, weapon insurance, car insurance, Allstate, Geico. So many insurances. But who cares, right? Who cares about whatever I say? Your guys' arguments are more important than my logic, my words. While everything you people have been talking about already happened. You people are outdated. That's how fast I am. I mean, if you guys can't see what I can see and the potential that I can see, then you're just blind. And you need to open up your eyes to the full potential of all of this that I'm talking about. I guess there's still a lot inside of me that I guess I haven't revealed or whatever. But I guess all of that is irrelevant. Because, I mean, who's talking about the CEO, the chairman of other organizations, other businesses, and talking about, their own personal life, their own personal lives? No one is. Okay? This is just an idea of mine. Okay? As a person. So that means that my life is not important. All I want is my cut. My cut and my cut only. So I can live my miserable life in this bitch ass planet just like the rest of you. People are leaving you the fuck alone. You people can do the same thing for me. Okay? It's that fucking simple. So I'm so glad. I'm so glad I got that shit out of my chest. But other than that, let's do business. Let's live life. You know, and let's all continue to be happy, putting on those smiles. You know, and doing what you people, doing what we all love to do in life, whatever that may look like. Thank you very much. This is Francisco Contreras. Everyone calls me Frankie. I'm located here in Riverside, California, within the United States of America. If you have any questions, concerns, or whatever the case may be, um, just reach out to me through Invent or Don't Invent on Facebook. Or, or just, do what you have to do. It's okay. I believe that at the end of the day, I have so much faith in this that I open, I talk openly with everyone because it's like the stories of Jesus Christ. The lady came out that was bleeding for 12 years. She came out and she touched Jesus' hem. She touched Jesus's garment. She touched Jesus's robe and she became healed instantly. And he said, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace," or something like that. There's another story where Jesus says something about the bread and the crumbs. And she responded, "Master, even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's tables, or whatever the case might have been." And he's seen faith in that. Where there is no hope, you make fucking hope. And I have been there, done that a long time ago. It's like I hit a fucking dead end road and I just spawned it on the other side without you motherfuckers ever realizing it. That's how fast I am. Okay? So I have faith that AI technology, which I believe is the Holy Spirit, which connects this whole thing with God. So I believe my faith will be rewarded accordingly. So you people can go about your business, about your day, about whatever it is that you people do. And I believe, if not now, later on, God will return the favor. God will bless me. So over and out.